is to encourage and uplift women to birth their ministry and accomplish their mission. Together, we are the difference in action for positive change. Two humanitarians, Drs. Anita Mckaney and Tomesha D. Walker, are changing the world by giving voice to women around the globe, encouraging authors, marriages, mothers and wives to live out their ministry on mission. Join us Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and spread the word as we reach out our goal of making a difference in the lives of 200,000 women. Welcome to the show.
Hello. We are back for Ministry on Mission, and it is the after show. We welcome Dr. Anita Mckaney and, of course, this show guest, Ty Boone.
Welcome back.
Hey, y'all. Welcome.
Yeah. So we just got done with an amazing, super duper show. What did you think, Dr. Anita? Like, I thought that was a fly show.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not going to say anything about it because people just need to watch it.
But watch the show.
Watch the show. Because I'm not done with my questions. I got more questions. So, Ty Boone.
Mm-hmm.
Some people out here want free money. They want some free cash. They want it right now. They don't know what they want to do with it, but they want some money. They're in debt. They don't have a plan, but they want some money. You have a name for those people, and they might be called like Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy, something like that.
Look, they just raggedy, and you know what I said? This is not J.G. Wentworth. We don't get money and get it now, right? That's not how that ain't how this work out here in these nonprofit streets, right?
That's not how it works.
Right. Everybody wants money. I mean, who doesn't want money?
But the thing is, you want money, but really money isn't everything.
Mm-mm.
It's not a lot of things. It's definitely a defense. It's definitely needful, but it's not everything, right?
For a lot of people, it's everything, right? But you know, for a lot of people think it's everything, right?
Yeah.
Until you have to be accountable, until you have to manage it. You know, y'all remember Matt Let's Go? That had like the question mark jacket.
Oh yeah,
right. But he was on the TV. You know, he's like, you get a grant. Then everybody's like, oh, I want a grant. Like I want business, I want a grant, whatever. Bro did not tell y'all that y'all have to manage the money, right? Did not tell you that you have to be, have to be unraggedy and that you have to be held accountable for stuff. He didn't say none of that. So he was selling books. He was like, okay, buy this book because you're gonna get a grant. Your mom gonna get a grant, and all y'all gonna get a grant. And then y'all got the book and didn't get no grant. Then y'all got mad, right? Or either you got the grant and didn't know what to do with the grant because you said money is everything, and now. Mm-hmm. These other people that they were telling you about in the commercials, because what did they say? They said, get money, you get other people's money. You fund your vision, fund your dream using other people's money. That by itself sounds shady to me, right? Why you gonna take my money to fund your stuff? Get your own money. Like before I did Be Worth Funding, y'all, I had my T-shirt that said "Go Fund Yourself." Y'all know how the GoFundMe thing is. This was a couple years ago. Go fund. Again, because it was kind of like this Be Worth Funding thing where I'm like tired of people with the GoFundMes and stuff. I'm like, okay, why you got to have a GoFundMe for everything? Like, why you got to have a GoFundMe for your kid to go back to school? Did you not know last year that your kid's going to have to go to school this year? Right? Now, and I told y'all I had a rough patch myself, right? I had a rough patch myself, but I learned from my patch. And that's what folk are not doing because these organizations are not teaching them how to learn from their patch. They're like, okay, you got a rough patch. Next year, you have a rough patch again. We're going to give you another backpack. Right? Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to give you a backpack this year, but you and little Johnny better get it together. Yeah. Y'all got a few months left before school start. I'm going to teach you how to buy little Johnny a backpack so you don't be over here at my rally getting up all the back. Little Johnny, 21, y'all still getting back. He don't even go to school no more. They don't even have books no more. They got e-books. Well, he don't need no backpack. But anyway, the thing.
If we could just learn from our mistakes, that would be half the battle, wouldn't it? Hey. Just learn from the money mistakes that you made in the past, and guess what? You would be better today than you were yesterday. Just
come on. I was teaching a class the other day, and we were talking about leadership, and one of the students said, you know, you have to be so far ahead in order to lead somebody else. And I was like, actually, as soon as you learn something, you can share it with another person. If you're just a step or two ahead of them, you can grab them and take them along and be like, no, let me show you what I've already learned. Like, Ty, like you were saying, with your rough patch, it's like, well, take that patch and plant some seeds and let something new grow. Begin something new and grow from the things that you learn, the things that you go through. Like my pastor said the other day, like, go ahead and let your test be an ammonia. If you ain't got to the ammonia yet, keep pushing till you get to the ammonia so it becomes a testimony and you're still walking and growing and going.
Yep.
And you might even make some money when you get there.
Money in your test, girl.
Come on.
Because you stuck with your vision, because you were actually doing what you were supposed to do. That blessing will go, that grace and mercy will be chasing after you, trying to find you, trying to locate you. That's how some people get funded. They don't ask for it. People find that they are passionate about what they're doing. They love what they do. They're good at what they do. They have stats on what they do. Yes. And the money finds you.
Yes.
That's it. Because this is the goal. You're supposed to attract the funding that you see. You're not supposed to chase it.
That's it.
And I always talk about myself. I'm like, right now my cardio is real poor, y'all, because I've just been not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm not going to enter into marathons or anything like that because my cardio is not ready for that. I can't chase nothing, right? But if your organization is not in shape, you definitely don't need to be chasing nothing because you're raggedy, you're going to fall apart. You're supposed to be attracting it. So you get yourself together so that it comes to you. You don't have to do as much work.
That's it.
You attract it. You talk about one of your students who said, you know, you have to be so far ahead. I remember starting my business, and my father-in-law at the time, I was like real nervous. I was like, you know what? There are people who know more than me. Like, I don't want to, you know, I don't know, am I supposed to do this or not? And he says, well, you only have to be a chapter ahead, right? You don't have to be a book ahead. You just have to be a chapter ahead, and you keep reading.
That's good.
So the more you read, you're gonna end up being several chapters ahead. Eventually, you'll be a whole book ahead. But right now, you just start where you are.
Yeah.
You take that, I took that with me for years, right? Because a lot of people like try to start businesses and things. They get a little intimidated because they see somebody else out there. There are people right now who see Ty Boone out here, right? They're like, Ty Boone got the unrated, she got the bestseller, whatever. I'm trying to be a consultant too. I can't compete with Ty. Girl, please stop all the foolishness, right? Stop all that. Do what you do. Do what you do. Right, I posted on Facebook the other day. You know, leave it until you learn it. Right, you don't want to tell people no stories and stuff like that because we don't do that over here in holiness. You know, we don't do that. We don't tell them. But you leave it until you learn it. Whatever you have learned, though, you can teach somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what you don't know because leave that until you get there, until you get to that chapter.
Mm-hmm. And you're responsible for what you've learned too. Like now that you know, do better. Now that you know. And you tell somebody, like, they're going to be watching you to see, like, you just told me this. How come? Wait.
Why you read it? Like, like today, I was late for the thing. Because I was like, because I forgot.
Let me tell y'all, though, both of y'all made me think of a conversation that I had with my kids the other day, talking about us individuals being chapters and being books and how we are living epistles. And so hearing you talk about what your uncle said concerning reading, you know, and only needing to be a chapter ahead, like that's the way it is with our lives. Like each day we get up, we're writing a new page, we're writing a new chapter, we're writing a new section of this story called life. And so for all of us being called to expand the kingdom of God, that our ministry is here, right, to affect others' lives, each and every one of us. And so it just so happens that we get to come together and intersect in this way in marketplace ministry, right? But each of us are writing a book, and we have to make sure, and I love how you leaned over to the we do it right over here on this side, right? As we turn the pages of our book, our life, and share it with other people, we are encouraging them to either want to love and learn about the God that we serve and what he has done for us, because we're showing forth that, right? Or the book that's being read about us, the pages that are being turned, are pages that are bringing people hope, that are bringing them encouragement, that are showing them that grace is a real thing, that are showing them, right, that It rises up to meet you wherever you are in the will of God, doing what he's called you to do. We don't have to chase after it. I love that you say that. I love that you say that. We don't have to run after those things that they literally, it is written that they are to run and chase and find us. They cannot avert us. They have to come to us when we take the time, right, to stay in God's will and to focus and to, as we write out these living epistles that we are in his will, we're able to do and accomplish and have what he has called us to have. And that Father that is ours, that has a cattle on 1,000 hills, we actually get to see that really in our lives come to be a realization, not just a thing we read on a page, but a thing that we live. And I believe that the movement you have and the books that you have help us to walk in alignment with what God has called us to do in his will, to literally be in order and not be raggedy. I love how you trademark that, to not be raggedy.
That's it, girl. That's it.
Honorable to him.
That's it. And you know, these chapters, you know, you have to be able to, a lot of times we like to try to control the narrative, right? We have to learn how to surrender the narrative because it's not ours, right? And be there and let him write it, because he already knows, and he already, you know, where you want to go and where you need to go and where he has you to be, but we try to control it. And because we try to control it, we mess up. That's when things are not, we're thinking, you know, because we try to, my son told me that, y'all, I had oral surgery a couple weeks ago. And the oral surgeon told me not to be talking and stuff. And then I ended up having nerve damage. So kind of like right here. And my son says, he says, you know what? I think the Lord just made you have that because he wants you to be quiet. Because sometimes you try to talk more than the Lord. He told me that. Like, my son is 9, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? You got a point. you really have a, maybe I should have been quiet, but I want to control everything. I want to be on top of everything. So I want to do everything. But the Lord says, you know what? You need to shut up for a second. Right? You shut up for a second and listen to me, because let me do this right here. Surrender the narrative of this thing. You know, my workbook and my book, all this stuff kind of, I had the book in my head, you know, a long time ago. My publisher for the book, she got sick. We were supposed to do the book. We were like, okay, don't worry about it. This was in June. It was supposed to come out in June. And I said, you know what, whatever. She's sick. We're not going to get the book out. I had a mini grant webinar with Urban Awareness in September. That was supposed to be in July. Nothing was coming up. We were trying to control it, like what's happening, right? So we finally got the mini grant challenge together, and Urban Awareness like, okay, mini grant challenge is coming out, you know, 3rd week of September. Cool. Okay, good. My publisher called me the day before my mini grant challenge, and she was like, guess what? The book is ready. Right? This is, with me trying to control stuff, it wasn't happening, right? Whatever, we got this going on, whatever. The day before the challenge, the book is ready. I text Urban Awareness. I was like, my book is ready. They were like, say less. That's it, right? Book's up here. Because I let it go. I didn't, whatever, it's not going to be done. But, you know, if I've been stressing about it when book's supposed to come out, whatever, I probably wouldn't have done bestseller in 2 or 3 days, you know, on the list. And that's because you let it go. You have to, because he already knows. He wanted this book to be a bestseller. I didn't have to worry about it, push it, try to control nothing. I just write the book and sit down and shut up. You know, that's what, and so it's hard for us to do that. It's hard for us to do that because we like to be you know, I don't know if y'all like me, but I'm kind of like, that's kind of how I am. I'm like, I need to know what tomorrow is. I need to know what this thing is. And every once in a while, the Lord be like, no, you don't. Because I know. And all you just got to come with me. That's all you got to do. When you do that, things just look better. They feel better. You ain't stressing about it. I didn't even think about making the book a bestseller. I just thought about writing the book.
Right.
You know? And
well, a close cousin to money is time.
Yes.
Right? You have money, but do you have the time to spend it? You know, are you going to make enough money in time? Do I have enough money to do this by this time? You know, and I think a lot of times we are so concerned about doing something by this time or before I turn X years old. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be here by this and that. And that sometimes it's good to set goals, right? It's good to set those things. But one thing, and I'm gonna get a little biblical right here. One thing is we do the same thing with God that we do to people, right? I'm trying to make a proposal to get a grant. I'm trying to pray to God to get something that I want. But you don't know God. But you haven't asked God what he said about it. But you don't know, that promise that you just pulled out of some random place in the Bible don't even pertain to you. Like you have to make sure that your proposal,
somebody else's promise, that wasn't even yours right there. You go ahead.
Your prayer proposal needs to be prepared. Okay. And it's not about your time, it's about his capacity. His capacity, not even your own capacity, but his. He got the room. He has the time, and he knows when best to let the book drop, because it wouldn't have been a bestseller a week ago. It wouldn't have jumped off the same way if we had done this a year ago or a year later, right? So the God of all time, right, knows that he knows his capacity, but he also knows our capacity. And he knows that we're frail. He knows that we're weak. He knows we don't know what we're doing out here. And when we ask, that's why we ask amiss, right? We missed that prayer, right? Because it was a miss, right? Because you weren't on point, because you didn't
right there. Look.
You didn't ask according to, right, the one who is the giver, the one who is the supplier. And so that was a miss. Try again.
You made me think about all these people who mess over this grant money. Just mess it over because it wasn't theirs. They weren't supposed to have it. You can pray all that. No, let me get this $1 million. They don't know how to manage it. They ain't even got a bank account. Like what's the? He's not gonna bring nothing into this raggedness of yours. He's not gonna do it.
Look, he's not gonna mess his name up and make his name raggedy just because your name is raggedy. Right. You don't got good credit. Your name is raggedy. So why would God be a part of that?
Girl. And you be on Facebook talking about the Lord gave me that grant. No, he did not. He didn't give. That's why you messed up the project right there, because the Lord did not give you that, and you got a 275 credit score. He knows. And again, not to shame anybody, because these are things that you have to work on, right? You have to prepare. You have to position. And you have to get in order. We're going out and we're just randomly, we're saying, okay, I know that the Lord wants me to have this money, and maybe he does, but maybe he doesn't want you to have this money until you get your books in order, right? Maybe he don't want you to have this money until you get your board in place and get your mom and them off of there, because they roguish and they gonna steal stuff from. But maybe that's the thing. Right? And then you overstep, like my son said, you're going too fast, you're talking more to him, and you're going over here and you go and you get it anyway, or you go and do it anyway, or you hire this grant writer anyway, or you spend this money anyway, just because you're going into your own time, not into his. And then maybe you look up and get it. Maybe you do. But what's going to happen with it? Are you going to manage it right? Look at all these PPPs. These folks going to the jail, prison. Just PPP. Look at all that. Oh, the Lord, he gave me to, and you didn't know what to do with it. And now look at you now over there in prison somewhere. Just look. Okay, I'm just playing.
With your Ishmael NGO nonprofit.
Girl, I'm tired of Ishmael, and you got.
I cannot.
Bro, like, get off my email. Look at him.
Get off my email. Listen, no, y'all. Now you see how
the truth will set you free, okay? The truth will set you free.
It's the truth. Y'all have to go listen to the episode. Listen, it was a fire episode. We just wanted to give you a little taste and understanding. Ty over here dropping new gems and jewels, so y'all already know in this hot fire second, that we just got. We know we are not gonna be raggedy. Okay, we will no longer be raggedy. So we have to say thank you, Ty, for coming here and help to get us together. Help us to walk in the will of God, to get in order, to not be raggedy. We're not gonna do it no more. We're not gonna do it anymore.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank y'all so much for having me. This has been fun. Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you for being a part of the show. Listen, everybody, go follow Ty Boone. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Instagram. She got a YouTube page, y'all, free. I'm just saying that YouTube is free. I mean,
a lot of free stuff, y'all. We mentioned urban awareness. Urban awareness does free. I'm talking about free trainings, webinars every week. So I have my week. My week is the 4th week, but the other consultants also train every week. There's no excuse for not knowing. There's no excuse for staying raggedy. If you're raggedy, you just raggedy because you want to be.
Because you want to be.
You've heard it here. You've heard it here at Ministry on Mission. Don't be raggedy, please.
We won't be raggedy. We will see you guys for the next show. Thank you so much again, Ty, for joining us. And we will see you all prayerfully also at the Launching Leaders Conference. Make sure you head over to ministryonmission.com and grab your tickets. They're already selling, and we have even more bonuses for you that are coming up this year that we didn't have last year. So get yourself in the room and make sure that you grow, you launch, and you lead at the Launching Leaders Conference 2024. We'll see you next time. Don't be raggedy, y'all. Don't be raggedy.
Thank you for joining Ministry on Mission TV. On behalf of Drs. Anita Mckaney and Tomesha D. Walker, we invite you to connect in the community and online at Ministry on Mission. Here at Ministry on Mission TV, we equip and encourage women to start their ministry and finish the mission. Remember,
Isaiah 40:3. Prepare on purpose.
Mark 1:3. Let's hear your voice.